Subscribe to ABN Media Network and become part of our family and learn so many new things.
Novel, Faaris Al-E-New. Episode number 1. Chapter. The Guide. Writer. Ziad Ashgar Zarin. A Tale of Future. Main characters are these. Faaris, creator of story. Paaris, leader of Noah. Central soul of tale. Safwan, Paaris's loyal aide. A rebel from Sudan. Jumana, Paaris's assistant girl. Daughter of Turkmen leader. Black belt in Kung Fu. Unmatched in fierce combat. Aina, Jumana's close cousin. Her mentor and teacher. Shukdar, No's brave envoy. Keeps contact with team. Meshu, head of Illuminati base. Cruel, secret, and cold. Carmilla, works under Meshu. 1,000 times crueler. Dajjal, the dark villain. Source of all evil. The story revolves around him. Hadi Ansar, secret agent Pakistan. Fights to crush Illuminati. Sharpest mind in agency. Rabab, girl from Baluchistan. A fearless, skilled fighter. A boy leaned bleeding, back pressed to wall. Thick blood flowed down, formed a red lake. Broken pot lay nearby. Crushed plant soaked crimson. Life and death breathed together. Paaris bled from eyes. Blood streamed down face. Professors stood in shock. Fear froze every soul. Safwan hit hard wall. Bones cracked deep inside. Shirt torn, soaked blood. Jumana's arm kept bleeding. Drops echoed frozen silence. Guard groaned holding back. Paaris's face turned crimson. Blood stained his shirt. He struck Rabab hard. She fell unconscious instantly. Paaris's eyes burned wild. Blood streaked his neck. He turned toward Jumana. Madness filled his gaze. He grabbed her throat, lifted her from ground, slammed against tree trunk. Impact silenced the air. Broken branch pierced abdomen. A scream cut silence. Blood flowed like river. Ground turned bright red. Madness burned in eyes. Anger spread like fire. He glanced around fast. Saw a heavy pot. He rushed toward it. Pulled the plant out. Threw it to side. Lifted pot with rage. Teeth clenched in fury. Raised it above head. Stepped slowly toward Jumana. Earth trembled each step. Girls screamed and ran. Boys stood, drenched fear. Legs trembled. Hearts froze. No one dared move. Jumana tried removing branch. Blood drained her body. Vision blurred with pain. Death approached through Paaris. Eyes filled with agony. She whispered final creed. Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu rasulah. One moment remained still. Heavy pot hung above. Her life neared end. Death came by friend. It was her destiny. Killed by closest soul. You might be wondering, why all this chaos? Why such brutal start? To understand, go back. We must see past. A few months earlier, Paaris slept deep night. Dreamed his worst nightmare. He often saw this. Dark smoke-filled daylight. Turned noon into night. Bodies scattered everywhere around. Blood flowed on ground. Human limbs lay apart. A poor man trembled. He looked toward sky. Shirt torn and bloody. Suddenly a child cried. He rushed toward voice. Water. The child gasped. Man ran to well. He threw down bucket. Pulled rope back up. Saw blood instead water. A hand floated inside. Gunshot cracked the silence. Bullet pierced his chest. Tore through his back. Blood splashed like rain. Paaris woke up terrified. Body soaked in sweat. Pain crossed his face. A tear fell down. It touched his pillow. Buried countless silent sorrows. Kashmir, year 2049. Weather was calm today. Clouds drifted like cotton. Wind carried cool scent. Mountains stood in peace. Trees danced with breeze. Nature breathed gentle rhythm. After long years apart, Paaris returned with mother. They drove winding road. Home was near again. Asa had informed Talal, her stepson, by phone. Paaris kept glancing outside. Villages passed one by one. Every scene looked deserted. Ruins replaced living homes. Pain filled his heart. Tears hid behind eyes. He thought of tragedy. How many lives perished. How many homes vanished. Whole generations turned dust. A chill shook him. Asa sensed his silence. She sighed and spoke softly. Paaris, I understand you. These ruins hide stories. After Hiroshima's destruction ended, Pakistan-India war brought worse. Millions died within moments. Bodies turned into dust. Corpses fed wild creatures. No land remained untouched. Earth reeked of death. Her voice carried pain. It reached his soul. Paaris whispered in grief. Is life so cheap? Why such cruel killing? What kind of savagery? Asa looked through window. On hill, ruins stood. She said slowly, son. Greed ruins every nation. Power blinds human hearts. Blood spilled for ambition. Time passes. Scars remain. History never forgets tragedy. Ruins lay on hill. Roofs collapsed into ground. Grass grew in streets. broken homes under trees. Asa breathed deeply once, eyes fixed on road. Journey still went on. For Paaris, longest ever. Some scenes looked beautiful, but inside Kashmir's border, ruins whispered old sorrow, fields empty, walls broken. Asa pointed ahead slowly. Paaris, see that hill? That's our final destination. He turned car quietly. Sadness mixed with peace. Road curved leftward slowly. Ground dipped below surface. After war, rule came. People built underground homes. Most ignored the warning. Some villages buried deep. This one 10 feet. Whole town lived beneath. A gate of iron stood. Even blasts couldn't break it. Outside stood Talal Chaudhry, with elders, relatives waiting. Car stopped near entrance. Paaris and Asa stepped out. He walked toward brother, hugged him with warmth, said softly, Assalamu alaikum. Dear brother Talal Chaudhry. The two brothers differed. Paaris was medium height, slim body, fair skin, small eyes, thin lips. He had modern habits. Talal was tall, strong, broad eyes, wheat complexion. Simple, grounded personality type. After brief warm greetings, Talal told servant calmly, park the car properly. They entered Iron Gate. Paaris stood amazed inside. Underground yet looked modern. Village glowed like city. Houses aligned in order. Concrete roof above strong. Inside carved wooden decor. Every lane brightly lit. Light came from nowhere. Walls seemed alive themselves. Ceiling shimmered soft glow. He felt peaceful inside, like walking through dream. They reached their home. House was finely decorated. Elegant furniture, framed photos. Beauty filled every corner. Sitting down on sofa, Paaris spoke with wonder. Brother, such a village. Are others built underground? Talal smiled, poured juice. Yes, Kashmir's towns too. Most live beneath ground. Each has different style. He continued with ease. The Caliph has ordered all Muslim nations underground dwellings. Safety against future wars. They came from influence. A strong political family. Talal was a leader. Contested local assembly elections. He loved global affairs. Spoke wisely on politics. Paaris changed topic suddenly. Curiosity filled his voice. Brother, that world war. You saw it yourself. Tell me what happened. Talal paused a while. Memories gripped his heart. Then he spoke softly. It began with Pakistan, India. The fire spread globally. Sindh's chief minister betrayed. He worked for Indian agency's secret pawn. The spark was amendment. A bill passed federally. He returned to Sindh. Declared separate Sindhu Desh. He asked India's help. India was fully ready. Attacked by sea, land. Smashed Sindh from both sides. Army was trapped south. Then India struck north. From Kasur to Balakot. From Poonch to Lahore too. In no time captured. Half of Sindh gone. Parts of Kashmir fallen. Enemy advanced like storm. Enemies of Pakistan advanced. America claimed nukes unsafe. They seized key assets. World feared Pakistan's end. But God protects whom no one can harm. Talal paused, voice heavy. When all hope died, Afghan Taliban arrived bravely. China sent mighty troops. Turkey and Iran joined. Israel backed America, France, India. War raged 6 months. Pakistan fought with courage. Didn't regain all lands, but stood strong again. Then came new revolution. Turkey restored great caliphate. Pakistan pledged first allegiance. Most Muslim nations followed. Saudi and Emirates opposed. Israel and US attacked. They struck Turkish caliphate hard. That was darkest time. Paaris listened in silence. Talal's eyes glowed bright. He kept speaking firmly. I saw red rain. Blood dyed river Indus. Thousands of soldiers martyred. India held Sindh tightly. Iran and Russia counterattacked. They struck from Mumbai. Enemy forces annihilated completely. Not one soldier survived. Talal's voice showed pride. Saudi rulers were overthrown. Arab nations united together. Under Caliphate's sacred banner. Islam regained superpower strength. You already know, brother. Pakistan is Caliphate's capital. Paaris sighed, then asked. What about that country, America? Talal smiled faintly, replying. America was many states. Sin and corruption thrived there. Sea levels kept rising. Oceans swallowed their lands. Cities drowned one by one. No one dared challenge. Powerless before divine wrath. Maybe God's punishment struck. He showed old US maps. Paaris looked, heart trembling. America was completely submerged. Most cities underwater. Ruins filled the rest. Quranic verses echoed inside. Remember Prophet Lot's warning. Why commit such indecency? Men seeking men's desire. Truly ignorant and sinful. And Namel 54-55. Paaris raised shaking hands. He prayed with tears. Oh Allah, protect us. safe from worldly punishment. A week had now passed. Paaris enjoyed village peace. People mostly stayed indoors. There was a public park. Shops surrounded that area. Evenings brought pleasant bustle. People chatted after asr. Children played. Elders relaxed. People sat passing time. Paaris spent his days seeing hills and parks, admiring lovely surroundings nearby. A bright new morning rose over the village. Paaris was still asleep when alarm rang aloud. He stopped the ringing, lay still for moments, then got up slowly, performed ablution for prayer. He walked to mosque, offered fajr with calm, read Quran for peace, then returned home silently. Breakfast was already ready. Assalamu alaikum, both greeted. Wa alaikum salam, morning. Asa answered gently smiling. Paaris lifted juice glass. Mom, village feels peaceful. No noise, no crowd. People live with grace. Cities lost this peace. Asa smiled, stayed quiet, continued serving the breakfast. Talal added the talk. Peace is village's charm, but times are changing. Villages now grow faster. Education improving everywhere. Paaris picked up paratha, smiling with little tease. And your daily routine, Talal bhai, tell me. You've spent whole week roaming with me freely. Talal laughed, then said, my routine's quite simple. After breakfast, office work. People come with issues. I help where possible. After zuhr, short rest. After asr, some fieldwork. With cattle and land. Between maghrib and isha, I read, then sleep. Paaris grinned, no fun. Talal smiled, this is. Work calms body's stress. Books give mind peace. Silence filled the room. They finished their meal. Paaris recited short prayer, stood up to leave. Asa softly called out, Paaris, get ready today. I'll go out too, with both of you. Paaris's face lit up. Sure mom, I'll come. He rushed to room, happy and full energy. Asa watched him go. Her eyes held thought, a weight of worry, hidden behind her calm. Talal spoke gently then, Mom, do you think Paaris should see everything? He's not ready yet. That locked room worries. I've never entered there. It's always been sealed. Asa sighed, speaking softly. Yes, it's time now. Your father once said, only Paaris will open. Today is that day. I also feel afraid, but it's his destiny. We must follow orders. Talal nodded, hesitant voice. All right mom, as you wish. But tell me truly, does he know your illness? Asa lowered her head. No, not yet, dear. Time hasn't come now. Don't tell him anything. Talal looked down sadly. He knew deep inside, Asa was all left. She wasn't his mother, but loved more deeply. His real mother died when he was young. Then Faaris married Asa. After his father passed, Asa followed his words, moved to Faisalabad quietly, taking little Paaris along. People insulted her often, but Talal stayed firm, defending her with honor, bearing every harsh taunt. He knew her pain. She only obeyed Faaris, for no one disobeys the man's last command. Talal never blamed her. All right then, brother, let's go. Paaris twirled the car key. He spoke playfully, smiling wide. I'm ready for outing. Asa softly said calmly. No need for car. We're not going far. Just toward Southern Hill. Paaris's smile faded slowly. Oh, I thought today we'd spend whole day roaming around together freely. No sadness, my son. We're going for purpose. Fun will come along, Talal said, patting kindly. Paaris nodded, motioning ahead. All three left home. They stepped outside gate, walking toward Southern Hill. Paaris stayed mostly quiet, but heart-filled warmth. Being with his mother was worth more joy. Silence ruled the path. Then Asa held hand, speaking softly, my son. Some truths you must know. Your father gave instructions, and mentioned this day. You'll learn them there. Paaris felt deep curiosity. His heart beat fast, but he stayed calm. As they reached Hill, his steps suddenly froze. That scene lay ahead, same from his dreams. An old stone well, dense bushes all around, a deep rocky pit, stretching under the hill, and an ancient house, covered by thick vines. Paaris's voice trembled softly. Mom, I've seen this. Was father martyred here? Tears filled Asa's eyes. Yes, my son, here. Pakistan had reclaimed land, but Indian troops hid. They struck unarmed villagers. Your father brought us here. He was drawing water, when firing began suddenly. A bullet hit him. He fell into well. I hid with children, inside the cellar below. For days we stayed, trapped in utter fear. We never found body, nor prayed his funeral. Paaris looked around numbly. Talal listened, eyes dry, but pain-marked face. Asa pointed toward house. That room lies there. Beneath it your father built a secret cellar. They walked toward entrance. Talal took old key, unlocked rusted iron lock, door creaked, opening slowly. They stepped inside together. Talal brought 2 pumps, small modern vacuum devices. He placed them carefully, on the central tile. Within seconds tile lifted, then settled back again. Paaris, stand carefully now. The floor will descend, Talal said, holding hand. Paaris stared in silence. A low rumble started. Floor sank downward slowly. It dropped 10 feet. Light filled the basement. 3 doors stood ahead, walls built from stone. Talal explained with calm. Left room has supplies. Right room holds tools. Front room is yours. Since father's passing, never has anyone entered there. We'll wait in left. Father ordered this day. Now you must go. We don't know secrets. Waiting for you inside. Saying this, they left. Asa and Talal entered. The room on left. Paaris stood all alone. He breathed deeply once, eyes fixed on door, then slowly stepped forward, as fate whispered near. Paaris studied the door. No lock, no handle. Strangely, after many years, not a trace dusted. Curious, he stepped closer. As his hand touched, the door lit up. A soft rumble followed. The floor sank slowly. The door disappeared downward. It held secret sensors, made for father and son. Only their touch opened. The hall spread wide. Paaris turned around startled. The door was gone. Walls, ceiling, and floor, all shining pure white, like a new world, stood waiting before him. The room was minimal. A bed on side, 2 chairs neatly placed, and 1 central table. On it, a bottle. Beside it, a glass, half filled with water, clear as morning dew. Near a wall stood a shelf of books, mostly diaries aligned closely. Another wall held machinery, something like an elevator, and 2 sealed cupboards. He went near cautiously, opened the first cupboard slowly. Inside were food supplies, bottles of stored water, enough for 6 months. He shut it quietly. Then the second cupboard. His eyes widened instantly. Weapons lay in order, modern, unfamiliar, intimidating shapes. He stared silently long, heart pounding with awe. Every item looked new, untouched by passing time. Even that glass there looked freshly poured water. Paaris turned to wall, where elevator-like device stood. He searched every corner. No button, no mark. At last, he sat down. On one nearby chair, on the table rested a bottle, a glass, a laptop, and diary. He picked the diary. On the very first page, written in graceful script, complete history of nose line. His heartbeat grew fast. He turned another page. Before the introduction began, a note was written, from his father, personally. My name is Faaris Ali. This diary I write, only for my son, Paaris. The child named before birth. Chosen to be guide. It's my greatest fortune, to be your father. I hope when reading, you'll feel my soul, my pain and longing, and truly understand me. Son, first I'll say, hard times are coming. Never lose your courage. Iron pulled from earth is rough and rusted, but when meeting fire, it melts, reshaped strong. That same fire waits to forge you mighty. Never let courage cool. You are the one who'll reunite mankind's faith, the true heir again, of the house of Noah. He continued, my story began from my childhood. I used to hear strange voices within silence, voices of many speaking, all at once together. They never left me. Then I met Shugdar. Secrets began unfolding slowly. He foretold your coming, a man like stone, turning all to gold. You were chosen, Paaris, as the alchemist of earth. His chest filled proudly. Warm pride rushed inside. Parsa, forgive me, son. I couldn't live fully, but remember one thing. Never decide under pressure. Never do what's wrong. Don't follow false paths. Live with honor, light. Never die in darkness. I know it's hard. Your road will blur. Enemies will surround you. Some inside, some outside. Time will change everything. You must stay firm. May Allah protect you. Be who you're chosen. Strong, wise, and merciful. Your father, Faaris Ali. Parsa closed the diary, placed it beside him. It felt strange, chaotic. He couldn't grasp meaning. He sat there thinking, then opened the laptop. Old, dusty, yet working. The screen softly glowed. Suddenly a voice spoke. How are you, Parsa? He froze in shock, heart pounding like thunder. No one could enter. Then whose voice was it? Fear crawled through him. The lift door opened. Something stepped slowly out. A tall, eerie figure. Parsa's eyes widened wide. He stammered in fear. W, who are you? The creature kept walking, stopped right before him. Parsa stared, breathless, stunned. Its face looked unreal, eyes round and bulging, Forehead wide and raised, nose small like pebble, lips thin as line, chin long and angled. Its height was towering. Parsa looked up trembling. At least 8 feet. More nightmare than real. To be continued. The first episode may bore. You might feel confused. But in the next, everything will unfold clearly. The story will flow.